to Follow the Money. I'm China Barachina. Here we uncover the stories and strategies of how money really moves. Last time on Follow the Money, we asked the question, what really holds value? Fiat, crypto, gold, or commodities? Today we go a step further because once you know what holds value, the next question is, how does money move? Where does capital flow when fear hits the market? How do smart investors shift from risk to refuge, from paper to real assets, from crypto to cash, and back again? Our guest today is Mr. Tony Herbosa of Trading Academy Philippines, who has spent years mapping these transitions. He's seen cycles rise and fall, bubbles form and burst, and yet things stays the same. The smart money always moves first. So how do we read the signs and position early and move before the crowd? That's what we'll uncover today on part 2 of Mr. Tony. Hello, sir. Thank you again.
Hi again, yes.
It's been a while, but you know, ever since that you last came here,
Yes.
you were calling the shots for silver and gold, and look how it gone far.
Yeah. I checked that last showing, silver was 41. Now it's 52 already. You know? So it's on a breakout.
It's on a breakout. And meaning, so what's the next target for
Okay,
silver?
so remember your last guest, Grisel Ibasco? She's one of our top chartists. She showed your chart. I don't know if you still have it, but that's a 50-year cup and handle.
Yes, that's what she mentioned.
Yeah, so a 50-year cup and handle, like that has to be the nuclear bomb of all charting.
Yes.
So a breakout at 50, wow, you can easily go to like 195 because the bottom of that cup was $5.
So to the viewers, sir, that doesn't know about the pattern called cup and handle, can you tell them what is it about and why is it a good thing?
It's just one of those patterns that's known to, like me personally, I see V-shaped bottoms and U-shaped bottoms. So a cup and handle is like two U-shaped bottoms where the next U-shaped bottom is a little higher than the previous bottom. So it means it's already consolidated at a higher price. So you have this cup and handle, meaning to say pigang-piga na yung mga sellers doon. So that 50-year cup and handle is at $5 bottom. So you break the 50, that's 45. You add the 45 to the 50, easily $95 to $100 silver.
Kaya siya inaabangan talaga.
Yes,
That's actually
yes.
the pattern that's my favorite, the flag pattern and the cup and handle.
The flag, yes.
So, Sir Tony, you always say mindset before movement.
Yes.
What does that really mean for someone who wants to follow the money intelligently?
Okay, so for Trader's Apprentice, we want to follow the money the right way, right? And basically, maybe if I can digress a little, is the way we approach trading is it's already an integrative art form. Meaning to say you have to have multidisciplines. You can't just be one-dimensional. And the best example I can make for at least the way we look at trading is UFC. You know, the mixed martial arts, the first fights in the octagon, they wanted to know if the karate guy will beat the Greco-Roman guy or the Greco-Roman will beat the kickboxer or the sumo guy will beat the judoka, right? Today, if you want to survive in the octagon, you have to have all skill sets. You have to know how to box, kickbox, take down, and do submission. So parang it's already evolved. And in that sense, I just want to say, you know, when traders go into market, sometimes they have this bias. They're boxers. You know, so meaning to say they're just chartists and technical chartists, or some are fundamentalists, but they don't know how to integrate the skill sets.
Or put it together.
Yeah, so basically for me, from what I've learned, you know, I've been 30 years in this game, and I was fortunate enough to have 5,000 to 10,000 traders walk in front of me, some making money, some not making money. I would say the three elements of making money in the market as a trader, one is you have to know what to buy. So those guys, the CFA, the MBAs, the DBAs, the CPAs, where I used to work for Ernst & Young, they focus on the fundamentals, right? So that's very important. But the fundamentals alone will not help you. You also have to know what the market psychology is. That's technical charting. So knowing what to buy and knowing when to buy is as important. But you know, for me, 60% of the game is how to buy.
How to buy.
And then, of course, people laugh at me. Say, what do you mean how to buy? You press a button and you get to buy, right?
Yeah.
No. When I say how to buy, the art of buying, how to buy and how to unbuy, how to bet and how to unbet. So when I say that's most important than knowing when and what, it's because if you know how to bet and how to unbet, you'll never get hurt.
Because of what you said, Sir Tony, is it ideal to have your one big cash put in the stock that you want or to anything that you want to buy, or staggered, divided into like 5 trenches and buy it on average? So which one
it
is
depends
better?
on market condition. But like in my case, I found Bitcoin cheap, diba? So I'm willing to put everything because I was just that comfortable having done the fundamental analysis. But having said that, if you know the art of betting, as I was saying, how to bet, no, is you buy 5 stocks. When it's 5 stocks, 5 mean stocks. You bet 20% each in one of them. This one doesn't do well, and this one after a week doesn't do well. One of them or 2 of them do well. So once they start moving and loving you back, by that time, a real top trader would have 80% of his money on that one winner. That's why what I say, how to bet, what I mean is how to test buy, how to have a base, how to trend follow, how to pyramid the trend. When you see a trend, you're convinced there's already a trend. Like when I saw Bitcoin at 3,000, it broke 4 or 5. The more I had to buy, I had to get volume. In other words, position sizing is very important. A lot of guys think, just buy, put everything there, no?
Yes.
No. If you're not so convinced about a particular trade, you position size, you test buy at 3,000, and Bitcoin didn't go lower, it reversed. Then you can add the little. So trading is how to buy, how to bet. That's 60% of the game. It's not just charting or, like fundamentals. Having said that also, I just want to emphasize, trading, when it comes to, for example, you have to identify the linear systems versus the non-linear systems.
Okay.
Because trading is like the octagon. It's like being in the battlefield. It's chaos. It's a chaotic system, diba? School is a linear system. That's why a lot of people who took CFA, DBA, MBA, they think it's as simple as going to school. But even if you go to school, diba, sa school, you study hard, you get an A.
Yes.
You don't study, you get an F.
Yes.
Right. Now, can you say that in the same market, if you study stocks, you're going to make money?
No.
No, diba? If you don't study stocks, see, so that's the difference. One is a chaotic system, the other is linear. Parang the more you study, the better.
Black and white line.
Yeah, so for example, a lot of guys, they're CFA inclined or CPAs, like where I used to work before. They like, I only want blue chips because they're all looking for the best fundamentals, all this, right? But the real money, what I found out is the real money, the big money in the game is semi-basura to the pre-blue chip. In other words, the money is made from going into something like a DG Plus when nobody wanted DG Plus, right? If you're a pure CFA or MBA or a CPA, you would not have bought DG Plus.
Because you will always be on the safe side.
Exactly, right? Now, me, let's say, because like I said, it's a multidimensional art of trading, I'm not so sure about DG Plus because the CFA, the MBA stuff, the fundamentals is not there yet. I can't see it yet, right? But the technicals are okay, so I check with Grisel, or the technicals are okay. Then I do the art of betting, which is how you buy. I buy a small chunk first to get my foot in the door.
Okay.
For example, I bought Bitcoin at 3,000. It starts to go to 6, right?
Oh, when do you average up?
No, I buy at 6. So my average is only 4,000, right?
Yeah.
The problem with most people, and what I found, a lot of kids, they got into the punting and the chupetero sort of side of the market. Because in the PSE, unahan talaga, your stock goes up 2 pesos, you have to get out, right? But in crypto, which is exponential, the game is not to get out. The game is to hold because the field is exponential. It's still rising.
Pero sir, you practiced chupetero before, being chupetero before, di ba? Pero what you're saying to me that if you want to be a chupetero,
In the
more in the
PSE,
stock.
it's more important to be a chupetero. But in crypto, maybe not. Because in crypto, the game is to get volume.
Okay.
Parang you want to get enough. The guys who bought Bitcoin, 10,000 Bitcoins in 20 years ago, they haven't sold. They made a lot of money. But if I ask your audience now, how much did Bitcoin perform versus the US dollar since 2010? Nobody can guess that, right? But I'll give you the number, 9 million%.
Wow.
So you have an exponential crypto, which is 9 million%. Lagay mo na 100,000% or less. Why will you sell it?
But
Diba?
sir, is it done for Bitcoin at least?
No, Bitcoin is still going higher. That Bitcoin is okay. So the best way, because we had this conversation the last time, Bitcoin is buying a house in Forest Parks in 1980. So you bought a house in Forest Parks in 1980, 1 million. It's now $1 billion, correct? Now, if the guy is a chupetero, he bought that house for 1 million. It goes to 2 million. Say, I make 100% of my money. I sold, right? But should you have sold? Because Force Park is like Bitcoin. They don't make it anymore. Ayala cannot build another Force Park in Makati. Ayala can build it in Pampanga or build it in Nuvali, but he cannot build it in Makati.
In the same spot,
So Force Park is a scarcity asset like Bitcoin. That's how I explain Bitcoin to my followers.
It's not finite. It's,
yes,
yeah.
and so when you talk about...
I mean, it's infinite.
Yes,
That's
so
not
like
infinite.
when you talk about, you ask me about mindsets, me, I'm very different mindset. A lot of people will say, a gain is a gain. Diba? In trading,
Yeah,
a gain is a gain. For us, that's so wrong. A gain is
Why?
not a gain. Because if you bought Bitcoin at 3,000 as an exponential play, like buying to Force Park, you sell it at 6,000, you say, a gain is a gain. I made 100%. I'm a
Yes.
genius, diba? But you missed out. Bitcoin now is 120,000. You missed out on the upside of Bitcoin. So parang trading is, it takes time, but it's like boxing, as I was saying, UFC, styles makes fights. So parang depending on the fight, sometimes you have to be a striker, sometimes you have to be a submissions guy. So for me, Bitcoin is submissions. Parang you buy it and you don't sell it. You hold
Grabe.
on to it.
Ang dami na agad niyan,
Di ba?
Sir Tony. And we're just warming up. Follow the money returns after a short break. Welcome back to Follow the Money. Still with us is Sir Tony Herbosa, President and CEO of Amalgate Development Corporation. So, sir, let's go naman to the it's actually still the second question, but I like how the conversation is going. How do you tap principals to train, how do you train them to spot an opportunity before it becomes something that is obvious?
First, in the stock market and crypto, the best time to make money is when it's a bull market. So you have to have a certified bull market. Once there's a bull market, I always tell my followers, the game is to ride in Baclaran and to get down a Monumento. A lot of people, they ride in Ayala Avenue and get down in Shaw Boulevard. Diba? So, and then they say, oh, I made 200,000 pesos, a gain is a gain. Well, for us, you're a failure because you should have ridden it all the way to Monumento, right? It's like missing out on Bitcoin for it sold at 6,000.
Pero sir, ngayon, diba, we have the bull market, we have the bear market. How will you identify currently what stage are we in?
Well, first, how identify? Like I said, it's in the pre-basura. In a bull market, if you're seeing the market shifting from bear to a bull market, I would get into the pre-basura and to the sort of pre-blue chip. Yung second liner. Yung those stocks.
Second liners,
yeah,
yes.
pre-basura. I would like to get, I wouldn't want to buy the blue chips. In fact, since 1995, I never bought any blue chip.
Kasi feeling ko saturated na siya. It's already ripened.
Yeah, the blue chips are fully valued. All the analysts already did their thing on the blue chip. So the upside is very small.
Which is already obvious.
It's very obvious. You won't make your baggers. Like I said, top is baggers. Now, I love crypto because crypto, ang rami pang, like for me, XRP, Cardano, these are almost like buying Bitcoin or Ethereum in 2015, 2016, right? Because if you ask me, Bitcoin, unless you have $10 million, Bitcoin is late. Because if you have $10 million, you can buy a lot of Bitcoin. But if you're an OFW with $20,000 and I tell you to buy Bitcoin with $20,000, it's already $100,000, you're late. You're late for that only because your money is limited for the amount of asset. Better you buy XRP or Cardano or something else. So tap is always, it's a mindset in terms of what can give me the best bagger for my volume.
Okay, sir, given the, I've been looking at comment section and I want to address this so you can address it. In terms of hyping a stock or hyping Bitcoin, what can you say about that comment, that kind of comment? Because I know that you are passionate about it and what can you gain? You don't have subscription or anything, right?
Well, first of all, TAP is my advocacy. I don't charge because, my mentor, I was telling you, the Bilyonaryo in Forest Park said, Tony, why did you charge your members 500 pesos? But if I charge, then it's going to be a business.
Yes.
Diba? It's my way of giving back. It's an advocacy. For me, it's easier to find a business than to find an advocacy you enjoy. Like I enjoy trading, so I'm just sharing. Now, with me, if you attended my TAP webinar, my commitment to my tappers is this. I only talk about something I buy. So, like I said, now in IDC, I told them to buy in 2015. What happens in social media is there are people who are chasers, so they're late, they buy it 2 years after, and then they buy at the top. No? But I don't even know who these guys are. It's only the ones who went to my seminars or the guys who I said buy at this. I told everyone buy Bitcoin at 3,000, Cardano at 6 cents. You know, this guy used to go to my top seminars. He's 29 years old in a beat-up Hyundai. He go to my seminars. I said, let's buy Cardano. This guy bought 1 million Cardano at 1 cent.
Wow.
Yeah, so he spent 2 million pesos at 1 cent.
Pero beat up
2021,
ang
Cardano
kotse.
hit $3. His 2 million became $3 million. He's 29 years old. And this is true. And then during COVID, he picks me up. Before his car was a Hyundai, and then he picks me in an R8.
Wow, grabe.
Yeah. No, this is a true story.
How do you feel when you see those kinds of stories?
No. I'm happy for them because these are the guys who get. Now, like I said, my passion is I'm trying to get everybody on board, but not everyone will get it because,
Yes.
you know, Bruce Lee, like I said, my favorite martial arts is Bruce Lee. You have to empty the cup.
Yeah.
You know, Bruce Lee said, if the cup is full of water, it's useless to you because you cannot put tea, you cannot put Coke, right?
Yeah.
But if the cup is empty, it's useful because you can put something. So a lot of people now, when they're trained in a certain methodology, like their CFA, MBA, it's very hard to empty the cup.
Yeah.
Kasi it's full
Full
of
of
that.
knowledge,
CPA, for example, no? For them, they won't touch a semi-basura or a DG Plus 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
As they wouldn't even touch crypto because to them, they don't understand crypto.
Sir, for your members naman, how do you manage their emotion? Kasi at the end of the day, di ba,
Yeah.
traders can still be emotional regardless of the time.
The ADHD trading, like the punting, which I also do, it's your more attached.
Okay.
But there are, like I said, there are playbooks where you just buy and hold, like a house in Forge Park, like as much Bitcoin as you can, like XRP, like Cardano. You buy them, you don't trade them because you're betting they will be in the next infrastructure, in the next digital infrastructure. There are just things you don't sell.
Sir, but there are a lot of crypto coins that are also a scam. How will you identify and how will you guide them to pick the right coin? Because you were mentioning about ADA, Cardano, you're
Yeah.
mentioning XRP, XLM. Where do they go from, ano yung extent of betting?
Yeah, this is the problem kasi when people follow you in social media, it's over a period of time. But the ones who followed me, the first I recommend is Bitcoin. So the people who are making money in Bitcoin, I said buy Cardano, XRP, then buy Ethereum and BNB. So once you're making so much money on them, let's say you're up to $200,000, you can try to experiment a little with the meme coins because as much as this is true, some meme coins made
Dodgy.
billionaires out of people. I mean, you know, so because it's a bull market. That's why I'm saying in a bull market, you have to have some blue chips, but you also have some semi-basura because those semi-basuras, if your money is small, you only have 2 million pesos, they can jumpstart your wealth formation so you can buy more blue chips. So parang that's how I see it. Yeah.
Sir, for specific mindset shift naman, to make personally that change you the way you move money? Like, is it like that how you think ever since, or was there a moment that made that shift?
First of all, the way I grew up, kasi my father was a banker, so he tended to be more conservative. I became an investment banker. My mom was in property. So my mom would, there was a time my mom would buy and sell. So she would buy here, then sell it, then rebuild this house, renovate it, sell it. After a while, I asked her, Mom, did you make money? Yeah, I made so much. Every house I sold, I made 2 million. How about the house you sold, the first one? It's already 10 million. So if you just held that, it also went up, diba? So parang after a while, I realized a lot of the game is really sitting on it. And Livermore, this Jesse Livermore
Yeah.
made a lot of money, said the money is in the sitting. It's not in the trading. It's not on the trading, the fluctuations. It's on the sitting. Diba?
Kaya lang yung life ni Livermore, no? It
It's
ended up
magulo
na,
also, yeah.
So, pero sir, let's go naman to gold. Kanina lang, 23 hours ago, I think Bloomberg released something about being bullish about gold.
Yeah.
And, what's driving its current demand? And why does it always find a way back to spotlight?
You know, it's also scary because gold is, first of all, maybe not to scare everyone, but gold and silver is really the real money. Before 1971, all the money was backed by gold and silver. So since 1971, because U.S. got off the gold standard, the paper money is not real money. It's an IOU from a government. No, it's an IOU. So now everybody now sees this debt-based fiat imploding because everybody is China's debt to GDP, all this U.S. debt to GDP. They're now trying to put gold back, and the countries like China, India, Russia, and a lot of the central banks are now hoarding on gold. So because they prefer to hold gold rather than U.S. Dollar or its derivative U.S. treasuries, they rather hold the gold. So parang, in fact, sometime this year, the holdings of central banks of gold surpassed the US dollar or US treasuries. And then, of course, you have China, they're all dumping the US treasuries, di ba? So, what will happen is the US, if China and India doesn't buy the US treasury, they have to buy it back. So the US has to buy, so they'll have more debt, di ba?
Sir, about the chart of gold that was that Ms. Grisel showed us recently. So it seems like it's already on its high.
Yes.
But what do you think still is the upside? Like here,
Okay.
in the chart,
Yeah.
you'll see it's 1833 to present,
Yeah.
and now it's an
Yeah.
all-time high.
There's also a very good chart, which is the chart of gold and silver from way back. If you bought like 20 years ago, gold and silver, your gain is about the same. So silver is a proxy for gold because you can get more volume on silver. So for me, gold can slow down, and in fact, gold can slow down and let silver catch up. So parang that's when the gold-silver ratio collapses. Meaning to say, like before, last year, it's 100 to 1. Silver is 100. Now it's 79.
Yeah.
Since the last time we talked, it's 79 to 1.
Yeah.
Now, if it collapses to its true value, which is around 20 to 1, then you can see how much money you'll make in silver. Once it's 20 to 1, your job now is to convert that silver to gold. So parang what I tell my tappers is buy the meme coins or buy the semi-basuras, a DJ Plus, so you make tons of money, you convert it to Meralco, you're retired, you're 60 years old, you have a dividend stock, di ba? Kasi every person who goes into the game, they have different financial resources.
Yes.
So if somebody only has 500,000 pesos and I'm going to tell him to buy a Bitcoin, I'm not doing him a service.
Yeah.
Right? If he had $1 million, okay, go buy Bitcoin, di ba? So parang
Pero, sir,
you have to know their situation.
So, bitin na naman tayo, but if you have an amount to invest,
Yeah.
and then you're saying gold is good, silver is good, crypto is good, and still don't give up on the stock market, the PSE, how will you divide that into
Okay, first,
into
just to be very
portfolio?
clear, gold and silver is schmuck insurance. It's a schmuck insurance in case the whole debt base collapses, you'll be able to eat and buy groceries. So gold and silver is important. So I'm buying whatever extra money I have, I'm buying gold and silver. But also because I already positioned Bitcoin, I also have a few PSE stocks I like, di ba? So the gold and silver, we're just into that now, but it's more of silver gaining because it was so undervalued all these years. Because the way it works is the banksters were suppressing silver because they don't want gold and silver to shine more than the US dollar. That's sort of where the play is. They still want to do that, but China, India, Russia won't allow them. The BRICS are buying the physical. So ngayon, parang I think they already won. The BRICS already won. And the Fed, because Trump is at the back of the Fed, I don't think the Fed has the money anymore to suppress silver and gold. Kaya nakawala eh. That's really the story. The gold is a brick story.
Sir, so thank you so much
Yes.
again, Sir Tony,
Sorry.
for the insights. There are a lot of things that we have learned today. And, I would really like to personally thank you for giving all of those insights. Baka
Yes.
lahat na to is gonna be like very fruitful for everyone. So thank you, Sir
Okay,
Tony.
thank you.
Following the money isn't just about charts, cycles, or price action. It's about mindset. Because whether it's gold's quiet power, silver's hidden potential, Bitcoin's volatility, or the PSEI Wave 5 momentum, as Sir Tony before once said, the top wave reminds us that discipline beats impulse and awareness beats prediction. As Warren Buffett said, the stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. And that's the truth about following the money. It rewards those who wait, watch, and move with purpose. And before we go, 71 days to go till Christmas. So this is the first time I'm gonna, I'll be able to do this. Special thanks to Amen for my suit and Brian Sikat of Rafa Hair Salon. I'm China Barachina. Stay curious, stay sharp, and always follow the money.